Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are looking at a doll that's been taken apart. This is the Emma by Natalie Scholl, and she was reborn by Lydia Torres, and she's totally gorgeous. She's perfect, but sometimes we need to reweigh our babies when we get them just to customize them to how heavy or how light we want them. And I wanted to add just a little bit more weight to her. So what I already did was I switched out the nylon that Lydia put the beads in. I like the more, the thick stocking instead of the thin pantyhose, because the glass beads don't spill through or pour through the porous nylon. This is also nylon, but it's a lot thicker. I buy this from Bountiful Baby, and I added a little bit of glass beads, which I also bought from Bountiful Baby. These are the glass beads from Bountiful Baby. You could buy different types of glass. I also love the green glass, which I'll show you right here that I have some. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I actually prefer the green glass. This is what green glass looks like. I accidentally dropped a couple metal beads in there, but I'll pull those out. I just like this better because it's not powdery and it's not messy like the Bountiful Baby stuff, but I don't have enough of this to distribute, and for continuity, I just want to keep the same type of white glass in her that I have. Maybe on a future date, if I do order more green glass, I'll use the green glass, but I do prefer the green glass. But what I have to work with today is from Bountiful Baby, and this is the powdery, more sugary looking glass beads that I use. So I added a little bit more, just to add a little bit more weight to her, because I want her to feel more weighted than she came. Now Lydia did a fabulous job of weighting her, but I like her heavier. Now she weighed her a little bit lighter, which actually makes her a lot more floppy. And everybody's different. Some people like floppier babies, some people like firmer babies with more weight on them. So I didn't feel that there was a need to add any weight to the legs, so I'm not going to do that. All I did was I put a little bit more polyfill in the thighs because I like the thighs to be nice and firm as well. I'm not going to do that with the arms because I feel like the arms are firm enough. So now what I'm going to use is these zip ties right here. I buy these from Bountiful Baby. I usually get like 100. I forgot how many they sell them for, but this is what I get from Bountiful Baby. I've already put one of the cable ties on the doll through this. I think that this is the part that a lot more people feel intimidated about, so I'm going to try to show you how you insert this in here the best to my ability. So as you see right here, the leg has a little slit. This is where you would insert the zip tie. And I always like to make sure that the zip tie, it doesn't enter this way, so I like the flat part of the zip tie, so I try to figure out, well, which way, once I put this in here, which way is it gonna hit the flat part of the zip tie, which is this way. So once you calculated that, you just go ahead and slip the zip tie through the already pre-made. All of the cloth bodies have pre-made little tunnels for you to insert the zip tie through. And you just push it all the way through, and you see it came out the other end. Sorry about the barking. And there you have the end of the pointed part of the zip tie meeting the flat surfacey part. You see how this one's protrudes out and this one's the flat part. That's the way you insert it. And basically the first thing you do is that you insert the zip tie. You don't tighten it all the way. You're just going to pull it through loose. I keep it loose like this because once I insert, let me back out here. Once I insert the legs, then I'll slowly adjust the tightness around the leg little by little until I get it exactly how I want it. You don't want to pull the zip tie tight and then not be able to fit the leg in there. So I just prep it like this So now I'm going to, we'll start with the left leg. I'm gonna put that in. As you see, the leg itself from the kit has it's groove. There's a groove in there, and the reason there's that groove is because the zip tie and the cloth, the tunnel, is gonna wrap around basically right there like this, around the groove. It's gonna go inside snug, and that's what allows your leg to move. Now, like I said, you don't want to do it too tight. I just want to get it tight enough right now just to, I usually use my mouth because you can't just do this. You really need 3 hands in order to do this. So I've tightened it, and I'm still leaving it loose a little bit. I'm going to tighten it some more. You want to do this slowly, every time tightening it little by little and just checking for how well it spins. That way you're not wasting a bunch of zip ties trying to figure out, and you also don't want it too loose. You see how it's still kind of loose? So I've tightened it a little bit more. Now I'm going to check. Actually, I like this fit right here. It's tight enough. There's not that much of a gap right there, as you guys can see. So I think I got it just the way I wanted. And I'm going to do the same thing with the left leg. I'm still leaving it loose right there. Just want to make sure that all of this, that the groove and the cable tie that's inside of the tunnel part is going to hold that. And it's still loose. Do little by little. You don't want to just go, you know, pull it too hard and tighten it too quickly, because you might end up tightening it too much when your legs won't move, and we do want our doll's legs to move. So I like the way this is tightened because her legs can move. I can fold them into each other. So I keep this on here until I'm done actually putting everything else on. I'm just going to insert the reweighted glass beads into the doll. So the polyfill that the artist used, I like it, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I only removed a little bit. And now I've made kind of like a cushion little nest part so that I could put my heavier glass beads in there. Now the more glass beads that I put, the less floppy she's probably going to be, and the more stuffing or polyfill that you use, the more firm and less floppy your doll's going to be. So that's always, like I said, that's personal preference. Floppiness is, you know, a very personal choice. I like them to fit nicely in their clothes because the fashion part is a huge deal for me. So but I still like them to look naturally floppy and flimsy the way a newborn is. But I am going to make her a little bit more firm. Now I have this cluster, this cluster fill is what this is called, cluster fiber fill. I got this at Joann's. I like the way this is because it's really soft but firm at the same time. So it's a cluster, it's not as cohesive or stuck together and meshed together as traditional polyfill is. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that in there. Like I said, I'm just making her a little bit more firm, and she doesn't have too much floppiness to her, but that's okay because yeah, she's floppy enough. I'm just gonna take one of my zip ties, and again I'm going to insert the zip tie. I'm gonna put it through the tunnel right here. You see the the cut. Now some cloth bodies, they have the opening on the back of the neck. Some Bountiful Baby cloth bodies have them on the side. This particular body is a custom body that came with the Emma, and it has it on the back. And I'm going to first see when I put in, yep, it's going to go, you want it to go, when it goes in, you want it to hit the flat part of the zip tie. So now I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this. I'm going to insert, it's just really simple. You insert the zip tie, it goes all the way through, and you're going to see it's going to pop out any minute now. Right there, you see it popped right out. There it is, popping out. Now I'm just going to insert it through the flat back part of the zip tie, and I'm just slowly going to adjust. First I'm just going to go like that because this is like such a tricky thing to do. Some people have it down to an art. I heard that Ruby Rose Reborns has her weighing and stuffing down to perfection. Maybe she'll be able to do some of my dolls. I'd love to experience her. And then I'm just gonna put my little Emma's head right back on. So you're going to place this there. And again, see, I'm gonna have to use my mouth. I don't have 3 hands. You basically need 3 hands. You need one to support, to hold onto the head, another one to pull this through, but it won't pull through because it locks, which every time that you pull it through, it locks. So I have to use my mouth to slowly guide it. It's really tricky. You need 3 hands, basically. She's still pretty floppy. Oh, let me zoom out. So she's still pretty floppy. Wow, I probably should have stuffed her some more. Yeah, dang it. And this is what I mean. Sometimes it's trial and error. You may, even me who's kind of an expert now at putting these zip ties on and tying it on, I accidentally did it. I don't feel like, I'm not satisfied with how she's stuffed. So now, and you usually can't tell how well they're stuffed. Look at that floppiness until you actually put the head on, and then you can see the movement in the doll. So since I want to make her firmer, I'm just going to add some more cluster fill because I feel like she's too floppy. I like the firmness because I like the way their firmness or their shape holds and close, and that was just a little bit too floppy, so I added just a little bit more cluster fill. It's a lot of trial and error here. So here's what we're working with. I just put some more cluster fill on the shoulder part right here. I still want her a little bit floppy because she seems like she's very, very newborn looking. So this is what we're looking at. So her floppiness is not as pronounced as it was before, but she's still posable, movable, floppy. You see, you can still roll her up, roll her to the side, roll her to this side. So she's still floppy enough. See how her head falls back? I didn't mess with anything in her head because I felt like the weight in her head was perfectly fine. Sorry, I'm doing this on my bed. This is a very cumbersome video to make. It's hard to get, like, especially like all the details in it and like explain it, and sometimes some of us learn visually, so I wanted to bring to you something visual. You know, I wanted you guys to see somebody visually inserting the zip ties into the openings or the tunnels that are there pre-made on the cloth body for the zip ties to be inserted. So I already cut the zip tie on the back of her neck, and I'm just covering it with the cloth. She is pretty much how I want her. It took me another try actually, but I wasn't going to record it. And sometimes it's just a little trial and error, and even somebody who's seasoned like me at doing it, is still going to run in with a little bit of problems. Now, I love this tool. This is my favorite tool. It's flat right here. It's a cable cutter for small cables. It has a nice flat back. I use that part of the cable cutter. Oh, this one needs to be tightened actually. So I see the way the legs are moving. It's a little bit too floppy. It's a little bit too loose right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tighten it just a little bit. See, it still moves like how I want it to. So that's good. And I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to take the flat part of the cable cutter, cut that. And then just push the head of the zip tie out of visibility, just like that. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for this side. Tighten it just a little bit. Just a little bit more, yeah. So. Cut that. It's covered underneath. You just push that. There she is, beautiful, gorgeous girl. I'm gonna put a cloth diaper on her. I'm just putting this soft terry cloth, Imagine newborn diaper on her. Oh, I forgot that the diaper will make her firmer. But there she is with that. Let's get her in something that I bought special for her. I hope that you guys enjoyed that semi-tutorial. I tried my best to get that on the camera. Don't be intimidated. All doll collectors should know these basic traits, I guess, because these are handmade dolls, and you never know when a head's gonna fall off or an arm's gonna fall off. Just normal wear and tear of the plastic zip ties, and you're gonna need to do some minor maintenance to your dolls. Oh, I forgot it had an open back, and you can see her little back there, but that's okay. I actually don't mind sometimes when a little bit of the cloth shows. Her hair never gets messed up either. She's gorgeous. And there she is, guys. She's gonna do a little thumb sucking now. There she is. She looks precious, sucking her thumb. I hope you guys can take something away from that little mini tutorial, and maybe you'll feel confident enough to do this yourself. Don't be scared. It's actually really easy, and you're gonna feel silly once you find out how easy it is. But everybody should know, because this is something that, a skill that all serious doll collectors should know how to do themselves. It's a practical skill. All right, guys, thanks for watching.